was set up. Hey everybody, welcome to the KC Rush Hour with Chris and Bev podcast. I am the Patrick Mahomes to Beverly's Travis Kelce. We are glad to have Bev back. Gave you a few updates while she was absent, but good to have her back in action. Definitely good to have her back. And of course, like the famous two, get to see Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce on the field at the same time. So we like to make magic on and off the field. So, and of course, me and Bev have some news to get to, we're going to get to the biggest one, some really big one that just happened pretty recently, yesterday, as a matter of fact. Congrats to Patrick Mahomes at getting a huge payday, 2-year extension to the 2033 season. So, and I think I have the details right here, and you guys got to really understand. This is what makes Patrick Mahomes possibly the greatest quarterback of all time. So the Chiefs are adding 2 years to Patrick Mahomes' contract, tying him to Kansas City through the 2033 season at a value of $504.75 million, making it the first NFL deal valued at over $500 million. So Patrick Mahomes, congrats to Brett Veach for really getting that done. So he decided to drop that bomb. Drop that bomb just as Joe Burrow just restructured his contract. You know, Brett Veach just said, you know what? Here's what I'm going to do. Surprise.
Yeah, I love that. The timing was amazing. It was almost like they knew it was going to happen and they held out to put it out in the news. So funny. Like you said before, to me, GM of the year for sure.
Yeah, Brett Veach to get that done but more importantly, this makes room for a whole bunch of other players to be possibly signed. If they're looking for another receiver, or if they're looking for another player to add to the roster, they can do that now, because now this means that they freed up some cap space too. So I love this move from Brett Veach.
Yeah, I'm curious what he's looking to add. I mean, you usually don't keep an extra kicker, but I hope they have one in reserve just in case, because we've gotten in that position before. So that would be nice.
True. That is true, and there are some current free agents that are still on the market right now. So there are a couple of receivers that are still out there. Bev, one is Keenan Allen, who used to be with the Chargers, and Tyreek Hill still out there.
And you sent me that he is doing signings in Kansas City.
Yeah.
So he's been hanging around. I think if nothing else, he's throwing himself out there. Hey, here I am.
Yeah. So, this has probably gotten Brett Veach's attention. So if anything, he'll at least, he wants to see where he is. He'll probably want to see where he is as far as where he is health-wise, because he can't do much if he isn't. And,
maybe, just maybe, they are already planning on signing him, but just later in the season when he's ready. Why would you pay somebody whenever they're not going to be playing? So he's here. He's there at Kansas City waiting because he knows that he's getting signed. This is my speculation. He's either going to be waiting for himself to get healthy or if someone goes down. So maybe it's already planned. Maybe this is just a waiting game and nobody else knows it but them.
It wouldn't surprise me with Brett Veach and Andy Reid that you saw what they did with Patrick Mahomes' contract yesterday. It wouldn't surprise me if they already have something in the works when it comes to Tyreek Hill.
I mean, with the injury that he suffered, you're looking at maybe I don't know. Could be almost mid-season before he's ready to play. If that's the case,
so October.
He's a weapon. Yeah, maybe it may be quicker, but maybe he's like a surprise weapon. Boom, there he is.
I love how they're doing stuff under the radar while everybody else is doing stuff right out there in the front for everyone to be seen. Meanwhile, the Chiefs are quietly loading stuff up when no one is watching.
What I would do is I would never have him at the practice field with the media. I would have him in a facility, maybe even a college campus, somewhere private. Maybe go to Patrick's house and him and Patrick work out together. You see what I'm saying?
Don't post the workout. Don't post the workout.
Yeah, come on, Tyreek. You need to stop. if you're really coming in, and this is all a big secret, you need to stop, lay low, and let it all unfold. That would be nice.
Yeah, you don't need to post everything, but there's one thing I'm glad they did post, and that's the return of a good secondary in L'Jarius Sneed. He took a very friendly deal, $1.2 million, and can earn another $3.8 million on the deal based on incentives. So he could get bonuses if he goes off this season. So
Well, the thing about it is he actually signed a veterans minimum. That's huge. That says I want to come back. I am here, and with that, in my opinion, he plays very well. Of course, he gets his bonuses, but then you give him an extension. Then you go ahead and sign him to an extension, because the 1-year deal, I'm sure, was because of the cap space. Had to get him in for the cap space. Let's see what he's got left in the tank. Prove it. See what you've got. But yeah, if you're going to give him an extension if things go well, and I hope. And I think things will go well, and he will be the guy who sent us to the Super Bowl by punching out the ball from Zay Flowers' hands.
I can't imagine if Zay Flowers found out about this. He's probably if he found out that L'Jarius Sneed is back, he's thinking, "Oh, it's here we go again."
It's in his mind. It's going to be in his mind when they play. 100%. Because
now the Chiefs secondary is loaded, because now you have L'Jarius Sneed, Noel Williams, Christian Fulton, and now you add Mansour Delane.
Yep. So you know what? You've got time to move people in and out. You've got depth, chart depth. So this is going to be interesting. No one's going to be out there gassed. If you need somebody to tag in, because I love wrestling when I was a kid. Somebody to tag in, you've got depth on your roster. So this is going to be really exciting on the defensive side as well.
So they're both loaded on both offense and defense. So good to know. And that's what Andy Reid sort of used a scenario, and I love that he used this. He said, we got speed on both sides of the ball. He'd rather have Speedy Gonzalez than Slowpoke Rodriguez. First of all, Andy, how'd you even know that?
Oh, yeah. I mean, he's a little older than me, but yeah, I loved a lot of that whenever I was growing up. A lot of watching that.
More importantly, they have an edge rusher now, and we forgot about R. Mason Thomas and Alohi Gilman and Tunga. So you add those guys in too. So this is the Chiefs defense that's loaded now. So I think so. And now it's scary. And guess what? This is what the Broncos wanted to be. This is what the Broncos wanted to be.
Tonga.
But now
Tonga, when I saw him, I was like, he looks very intimidating to me. Chris Jones is a big guy, but and I know he's very vicious and very aggressive on the field, but he just has that baby face to me. I think he's got a baby face.
Does.
He looks real sweet. I can't help it. He looks real sweet. Tonga, he doesn't look mean, but he just looks much more intimidating. I don't know if it's he just looks more massive to me. I don't know what it is, but I think that on that's going to be difficult for every offensive coordinator this year to deal with everything that the Chiefs throw at them. And I am here for the chess match. Can't wait to see it.
Same. And they're also going to have to take another account, Bev. You got to think about R. Mason Thomas and George Karlaftis out there too.
When Furious George is on the field, anything can happen.
Yep. And we have to get some love to George Karlaftis, because last season, I didn't even know this, he was playing with a broken hand.
That's crazy. That is so crazy.
Yeah.
And he was balling all year last year.
And now him and Chris Jones get some help on that defensive line, because now they can actually get after the passer. Yeah, I'm waiting for it. I can't wait till the season starts. And speaking of getting after the passer, what in the world did the Rams just pull off by getting Myles Garrett? So good on Myles Garrett for going to a championship contending team. But
I just got cold chills from that.
I had to get your reaction, Bev. What did you think about Myles Garrett when the Rams just signed him?
It was the greatest day in his life, other than marriage and children. Greatest thing that ever happened to him, because he was just rotting away in the atmosphere and the culture of the Cleveland Browns. Now that he has finally gotten to go somewhere he can, you get all, the sack record last year. You needed to be somewhere where you can actually make a difference and have a shot at a championship. And I sincerely believe with the way that roster is stacked, barring any injuries to Matt Stafford, that they will be the NFC side on the Super Bowl team.
They also did this because they don't want they saw that they couldn't get after Sam Darnold in that NFC Championship game. So now they said, you know what? We're not only going to get after Sam Darnold, we're going to go stop Jackson Smith and Jigba by getting Trent McDuffie and Jalen Watson.
Yes. Yeah, they pulled off the biggest coup that I've seen in a long time. And the man that I feel the most sorry for in this is Jared Verse.
It caught me by surprise. I loved LA. I love the coaches, the organization, my teammates, everybody a part of it, the staff, the fans. I love the whole vibe of LA, Los Angeles, the Rams, and it was upsetting. I was upset for a good little bit of time. But when you're an athlete, you understand the nature of business. Everybody does what they think is best for their business. And, that's the situation that I'm in. I'm happy to be a part of the Browns. I'm happy that they believed in me and they were able to make that trade and bring me here, be with my teammates, be with everybody here. And I truly do believe in everybody in the locker room. But it was upsetting at first. But, you got two choices that you can either work or you can give up. And I ain't never been a quitter.
He went to sleep on a contenders team and he woke up going to the Cleveland Browns. All the fans. I'm sorry, because you just lost the only reason to go to the games. You already lost David Njoku. David Njoku was your best offensive player. Gone. Myles Garrett, the best defensive player in the league. Gone. Really, you need to pay people to come and watch these games at this point. I don't know how you're going to sell tickets, but I feel so bad for the fans.
After review, the ruling on the field stands.
All of the team deserves better. I don't like Deshaun Watson. So
not right now. Not right now.
I'm just not a fan. But I really feel bad for Jared because he looks absolutely miserable.
I'm not saying he'll have an immediate impact. He could really be the guy on defense. He could be the guy on their defense.
Yeah, but they just have to build a team around him now. They've got to build a team. At this point, I don't know what number pick in the draft they're going to get next year, but I would trade. If there's one player you needed, I would take that first round pick and I would get him. But all the rest if you have a second round, I would trade for however many picks you can get. Because, dude, you need to load up on some people that are actually good. Because, you need to get a quarterback. I'm going to say right now, you need a quarterback number one.
Yeah.
But drafting a quarterback number one as the Cleveland Browns has not proven to be very successful. It has been rough. Between the Browns and the Bengals, worst picks ever. And first round picks most of the time. The Bengals got Burrow, whatever.
And
they're still struggling. He's getting injured. They're not protecting him. It's a mess. These teams have got to learn to be more like their age. Hey, I also wanted to throw out a little news, if it's okay. Deion Sanders, I guess he had bladder cancer, and I was not aware of this. And now he is considered cancer-free. So that's a great thing.
Prime time Deion Sanders, man, who has gone through a lot more than what people realize. So, and he is pretty much been fighting a lot ever since. Fighting a lot ever since he took that the college coaching job in Colorado. I just find out stuff that he's been battling. He's been through a lot. So, Prime, if this gets back to you, sir, that you are a true MVP.
Yeah. Yes. Didn't he lose some toes as well?
I think so.
Yeah. He's had it rough, but I'm glad to see he and even Randy Moss. Randy Moss has been through a lot. Glad to see he's doing better. with his liver.
Glad to see him back on Fox. On Fox.
Yeah, he looks so much better. Yeah. Great news for the NFL and for all the fans, really, to see them both doing well.